In this episode of Drinking Made Easy, we blow into the sailing capital of the world. We take a ride on a rum runner.
It was built to outrun the Coast Guard. They're by speed and by stealth.
Play some old-timey tennis.
Whoa!
And take part in the first ever Drinking Made Easy Beergata.
You guys also have boats as well.
We have a fleet of our own.
It's Drinking Made Easy, Newport. I'm Zane Lamprey, and my job is to drink. I'm traveling around with my mascot, Steve McKenna, and my buddy Pleplius, as we explore the local drinking cultures, customs, and cocktails. Along the way, we'll soak in the local flavor in an effort to make drinking easy. Our first stop is at one of the oldest bars in America.
Now this is the oldest
Tavern in the country.
This place is on the historic register.
Newport started with, a dozen or so buildings right along the water.
Okay.
Like a couple of businesses,
Right.
basically. Newport was cut into strips. And then these guys started cutting their plots up and selling them off, and they became really land rich.
Right.
And they had, on the docks, they'd have, rope making and rum making. Newport made a lot of rum, too.
We came here for their locally inspired lobster martini.
I'm very intrigued by this lobster martini because I love martinis and I love lobster. There are certain things that you can combine that aren't amazing. Do you like peanut butter?
Yes.
Do you like pickles?
Yes. That's not a good combination.
It's not a good combination. No. I have a feeling that lobster and martini are these two things. Now, I've never had it done before. I've never seen it done before, and I've never tasted it before. I'm very excited.
The lobster martini is made with citrus vodka and lobster essence. Start by pouring 2 ounces of citrus vodka into a pint glass.
5, 6, 7, 8.
That is about how fast I count.
Lobster essence.
What is a lobster essence?
We make a heavy-duty lobster stock, and we cook it down for several hours. After you get all the tails and the claws off, then the chef strains it and reduces it down on the stove and makes it. We'll taste it. You taste the lobster?
Yeah.
So this is taking the place of the brine in like a dirty martini. This is a dirty martini.
Yeah, that's good.
Add 2 or 3 tablespoons.
2.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you mind if I did 3?
Yeah, why not? Extra
And
dirty.
since I did 3, you mind if I do 4?
Go for it.
I like it really dirty. And since I'm on 4, I should probably just do 5, right? While I'm at it.
I wouldn't go.
Here.
I wouldn't go any more than that.
What's gonna happen?
You want to taste lobster, but you don't want to.
I love lobster so much, I would dump the whole thing in there.
All right, go another one. Why not?
Okay.
All right, 5 tablespoons of lobster essence.
I think it's gonna be perfect.
Shake and pour into a chilled martini glass.
And I'm gonna make you a little garnish here.
Drop in a lemon wheel.
I think it's probably too much of the lobster stock, but maybe not. You still taste the citrus stuff from the lobster.
I'm still getting the citrus.
Yeah, should be a balance.
It's really good.
Check your specs. It's not too lobstery.
It's not too lobstery.
That's very good.
And there you have it, the lobster martini.
There you go. You like it dirty or you like it filthy?
I don't know. Actually, it's pretty good.
Drinks are personal, like a dirty martini. How dirty do you want it?
How dirty do you want a co-host?
Very dirty.
Filthy? In fact?
Homeless.
Once known as the rum capital of the world, Newport has played a major role not only in the importing of rum, but also in the smuggling of rum. So we hop on board the Rum Runner 2 and head over to Brenton Cove with Captain Mark Partridge and distiller Brent Ryan to have a few drinks and discuss Newport's rich rum history.
So you're the captain of the Rum Runner.
Yes, I am.
And you make rum.
I do.
And I drink rum, and you ran his rum over here for me to drink today. That's what just happened. So what is sailors' fascination with rum? Why not something like vodka or whiskey?
Tradition.
Okay.
I mean, Newport used to be the rum capital of the world. There were actually 22 distilleries operating in Newport in 1769.
How is it the rum capital of the world when you can't grow sugarcane here?
Because it was part of the trade system back in colonial times. They would have plantations in the Caribbean and down south. They would grow sugarcane there. They would process it there.
Okay.
And one of the byproducts of the process was molasses.
Okay.
And so they would bring the molasses up to the folks in Newport, and so they would turn the molasses into rum, and then they would take that rum and then trade that across the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
At one point, rum was a currency. You go and actually pay for stuff abroad with rum.
Brent suggests I try his take on a dark and stormy, the Newport Stormy.
The stormy part of it comes from the kind of the look of when you add the ginger beer to this drink. Ginger beer, unlike ginger ale, is cloudy. So you get this kind of haze, which kind of looks like a little bit of a storm cloud.
To make a Newport Stormy, combine equal parts rum and ginger beer into a rocks glass. With our thirst quenched, I ask Mark about his authentic rum runner.
So what is the boat that we're on right now?
Well, the boat is an original rum running vessel. She laid the keel in '29 in Bayonne, New Jersey, and was built to outrun the Coast Guard,
Okay.
either by speed and by stealth. It had 3 500 horsepower Liberty aircraft.
Each one was 500 horsepower?
Each one.
So 1,500 horsepower?
That's exactly right. The boat is 54 feet in length. The deck, everything above that was swept off the boat. It was basically a high-speed flatbed truck, painted flat black so you couldn't see it. Dual exhaust systems as well, so you couldn't hear it if they wanted to sneak around on just the center engine.
It ran rum from where?
Well, when Prohibition started, it made alcohol illegal inside the country out to 3 miles offshore. That was the territorial limit. But you could bring alcohol from foreign ports and anchor just beyond the 3-mile line. It didn't take long for boats to go out there, pleasure boats, and start buying alcohol and consuming alcohol, having a great time.
This boat wouldn't have been one of the boats that came from like Barbados or Mexico or Canada. This is one of the ones that would go out to those bigger boats and pick up the stuff?
This would be what was known as a contact boat.
Okay. The U.S. government couldn't technically do anything about it, so outside the boundary there would then be a group of these boats then you could go up and shop at, but then it's a matter of getting from those boats and getting back to a port in the U.S.
That's right.
Coming up on Drinking Made Easy, the Shandy.
How is it? Wow.
Welcome to Drinking Made Easy. You know, Drinking Made Easy isn't just a TV show about drinking, it's also drinking games.
And there are rules to the drinking game.
Right.
Rule number 1.
Yes.
If you're the first person to see...
Your face is the same face that's on here. And I like this one better because it doesn't talk as much.
Exactly.
You're an idiot.
Rule number 2.
No.
For more drinking rules, go to drinkingmadeeasy.com.
Steve, come on. We're sipping our way through the city by the sea, and our next stop is Rhode Island's first microbrewery. Focusing on limited release beers, Newport Storm Brewery has released 30 different beers since they opened in 1999, and I'm about to try their most famous line, the Cyclone Series.
The Cyclone Series beers basically stems from we're Newport Storm. We are naming beers like they name tropical storms. So we're going down the alphabet, naming them A through Z.
How often do you come out with one?
When one is drunk, we make the next one.
Okay.
So we make 800 cases of each. So when Ophelia was gone, we brewed Peter.
Okay.
And they're really just an opportunity for us to play as brewers. People that are into craft beer always want to try something new. And so this way, every couple months, there's a new storm for them to try out. And then the metaphor is then it blows out to sea.
And then it goes away.
So Quinn is going to be the next cyclone, okay? And that's some of what you're going to be looking at today.
Released in May of 2011, Quinn is the 17th entry into the Cyclone Series and their first barrel-aged beer.
We've seen other beers that have been
Yeah.
aged in barrels, but they get their barrels from other people
Right.
and then age them. But you guys actually have your own barrel.
Yeah, well, what that means for the beer is that the barrel doesn't get a chance to dry out, right? There's lots of flavors in the barrel, and a dry barrel is going to give you some oak and smoke, but ours pick up a lot of rum flavors.
Yeah.
So this is a beer that really could only happen at a place like this.
Next, we head out to the brewery to meet back up with Brent and Ryan and taste the difference straight from the barrel.
We can only use the barrels once when we make our single barrel rum. So when we're done with them, what we've started to do is experiment with aging beers in the barrels.
Okay.
We've taken a porter beer that we've made and we put it in the barrel to age to see how it develops.
And this is the Quinn?
This is the Quinn, yes.
Okay. How long has it been in this barrel for?
This has been in there for about 2.5 months. Into the barrel there,
Plug it.
plug it, and go there. Perfect. The rum flavor comes in a little earlier because it's part of the liquid that's in there. About 2 gallons of spirit that's actually inside the oak wood. That's
soaked into it?
in there.
Oh, right.
So that when you put the beer in there, it actually comes back out. And then the barrel characteristics kind of fill in afterwards.
We head back to the tasting room and try a beer that was released on 11/11/11 called the 11.
This is a special beer that I have only brought out only for you. You are the first person to taste this beer, the 11. Every year we put out an annual release, and these are always over. Pardon me.
Use burp.
I did.
That is the first time we've ever had a girl burp on the show.
And so the 11 is a Rhode Island collaboration beer. Wow, did you see that?
Smell it, smell it.
So Rhode Island honey went in there with some yeast, and so it's continuing to ferment in the bottle. And just like champagne, that's why you heard a little pop there. Do it up. I have not tasted this beer yet. Making me wait.
Ooh. This is nice. This is robust.
I like the smell.
My hair is growing. The hair is growing. And
I
that
don't
is
think people
work.
really care about it.
Hey,
No,
Nick.
I'm just saying,
What do you
I
think?
don't.
Our next stop is the Mooring. Located in the historic waterfront district, the Mooring offers up great views, fresh seafood, and exceptional libations. And we're hitting all three, starting with oyster shooters.
You can either drop it into the beer, shoot it, or you can eat the oyster first, then shoot the beer. Yeah.
First way sounds like the fun way.
That is the fun way.
How do the cool kids do it?
They do it that way.
How do you do it?
I do it that way too.
Okay, then we're doing it that way.
Start by shucking an oyster.
Oh, this is a nice one.
Oyster shooters are easy to make once you get the oyster shucked.
Beautiful.
Easy. Nice.
Before we drop these oyster boogers into our drinks, we spice them up with a dab of cocktail sauce and a splash of sherry pepper.
It's got a little bit of heat to it. Not
Pepper
much.
sauce.
Yeah, it's like a condiment.
That's peppery goodness right there.
We've had oyster shooters in the show before, but here at the Mooring, they serve them up in a glass of beer instead of a shot of booze. And today, we're using the locally brewed Trinity IPA. Now they're ready to shoot.
Slangebreden bodmoddages bassaneren. I could probably drink those all day long.
Absolutely.
I've had oyster shooters before, but never in beer.
Yeah, vodka. Vodka's the big one, but it gets a little crazy after about
Are you
6 or
supposed to
7.
chew them?
I chewed mine.
To get a little taste of the oyster, maybe you should chew. It's a tiny bit.
Yeah, I feel like I
Just to get a
missed out on
flavor.
that because I just gulped it down.
Do you like oysters?
Well, not raw ones. I like them cooked.
Really?
Now I like these.
Oh, there you go.
The oysters and beer are great, but the bartender suggests I try another specialty beer cocktail called the Shandy. The Shandy, also known as the Shandy Gaff, was invented in the late 19th century as a popular European beer cocktail. Now Brian's gonna show us how to mix them up Newport style. The Newport Shandy is made with club soda, beer, and lime cordial.
You start off with a little bit of soda water. That's funny.
Now fill with beer,
And then all the way up, or?
Yeah, all the way up. That's funny. Then a little bit of lime juice.
and a splash of lime cordial.
Traditionally, red lemonade was used. Like in England, if you go to a shandy, they'll give you red lemonade, which is kind of like a 7-Up with red dye in it.
Oh, okay.
And they fill it with brass ale.
Okay.
They want to sweeten it up, you can use ginger ale, 7-Up.
Why here in Newport? Why are we
I
having
don't
this?
know, they just decided it was a lighter version of a beer. People don't want to get too loaded. And years ago, when I was starting to drink, we started drinking shandies. Then you progress to ale or beer.
Got it.
Then you progress to Guinness.
So you didn't put a Pilsner in here. What is this?
A wheat beer.
A wheat beer, okay.
Yeah, it's a good beer for shandies because it's a lighter beer.
I'll try the ginger ale one. The
Yeah,
sweet
the
one.
ginger ale, the sweet one is good.
Okay.
We mixed up another one with lemon lime soda,
That's a perfect beer.
That's a beautiful beer.
lime cordial, and grenadine.
Grenadine in there.
You could.
Ever so slight. Oh, just a wee bit. Nice.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful. The
Lime
ginger
ale.
ale. Sláinte.
Shandies.
Sláinte.
Shandies. How is it? Wow. No wonder he got the job, huh? Beautiful.
Coming up on Drinking Made Easy, a boat race.
Take your mark, get set, go.
Welcome back to Drinking Made Easy. If you'd like to retrace our footsteps, you can do that. We provide that sort of information on the website, which is drinkingmadeeasy.com. Now back to our show in Newport.
Rhode Island.
We're drinking our way through Newport, Rhode Island, and our next stop is at the International Tennis Hall of Fame for some competition.
Today's challenge is tennis, and we're gonna play to 6. So you get to serve, I get to serve, back and forth until the winner gets 6. Who will you choose to win? Agassi or Bjorn Galifianakis?
It's time for the six-pack challenge. For today's challenge, Zane the Mullet Lamprey takes on Steve the Stomper McKenna in a game of tennis. The boys will alternate serves, and the first to 6 points wins the challenge. McKenna steps up to the first ball, and the match begins. McKenna's first serve is long. And his second serve is in. Steve tries to add some backspin, and it gets caught up in the net. Point Lamprey. In this challenge, they'll alternate serves, so there's a point for each turn. Lamprey hits his first serve gentle, make sure he gets it in bounds. A cross-court lob and hits it into the net. Point McKenna. That's a fault. McKenna hits a weak serve that's easily returned by Lamprey. Lamprey thinks it's long, but it drops in. Point McKenna.
Hold on.
McKenna tightens his belt to decrease blood flow and lighten his legs. Reserve. Another weak serve from Lamprey. The ball hits off Lamprey's shaft and goes right into the net. McKenna tries to put some power in it, but can't keep it in.
It was always tricked me into thinking that they're going to go in, but they don't.
That one tricked me into thinking it was going in.
Yeah.
His first serve is out.
Oh.
And his second serve is in. Lamprey charges and lobs one in just over the net. McKenna hit his signature moonball, and Lamprey taps it into the net. Fault McKenna.
Long.
Again, McKenna double faults, and Lamprey gets a point. Lamprey gets an ace and ties it up, 4 apiece. Fault McKenna.
No!
That is out. Lamprey can put it away with this next serve. Fault.
Man, that would have been the match.
A little timid, Lamprey throws up a weak serve. Good cross-court return. Lamprey hits a lob over the net. McKenna dives and misses.
Is line in? Line's in?
The ball hits the line. It is ruled in. And Lamprey wins another 6-pack challenge.
Whew.
Our next stop is the Fluke Wine Bar and Kitchen, where we venture up to the attic to meet with Fluke mixologist Jesse Hedberg and try some cocktails unique to Rhode Island.
Autocrat.
Autocrat.
It's coffee milk syrup. The official drink of Rhode Island is a coffee milk. And in the State House, that's what they've declared as our official drink.
So this is the coffee syrup. You mix this with milk.
Yep, it's just that and milk.
But you make a drink not called the autocrat, called the autocratic.
That's right. An adult version of a coffee milk.
It's a dictatorship, I believe.
Yeah.
The autocratic is made with rum, coffee liqueur, sugarcane liqueur, autocrat, milk, and tiki bitters. Start by grabbing a pint glass and filling it with rum, coffee liqueur.
Beautiful.
Then add the sugarcane liqueur, then the secret ingredient, autocrat. Pour in some fresh milk.
Rhody Fresh Milk.
Now, Rhody Fresh Milk means Rhode Island.
That's right. It's a collective of farmers, and they all get together and package this milk for us. That's probably about right.
Add ice and shake vigorously. Then top off with a couple drops of tiki bitters.
So a little bit of liquid Christmas on the top. That's perfect. Really good. Like a coffee. You tell me.
Like a milkshake or something?
Yeah, just take a sip of it, because other people kind of wanted to. Steve? Steve? Steve?
It's good.
It's better than good. That's great.
Well, when I say good, I mean great.
Since Steve polished off our autocratic, we need to make something else. And Jesse had just the thing.
We've got a drink called the Rhubarb Rumba.
I would like that. That sounds like a dance I once did.
Let's go for it.
The Rhubarb Rumba is made with rum, rhubarb puree, strawberry preserves, fresh lemon juice, simple syrup, and a little dried strawberry. Into a pint glass, I add 1.5 ounces of rum.
It's a nice jigger technique.
Thank you. Well, you know what? That way I don't have to wash it.
3 bar spoons of rhubarb puree.
2.
1 heaping scoop of strawberry preserves.
Like
Yeah,
that?
that looks great.
With jelly? Yeah, let that take its time.
Now finish it off with 1 ounce of lemon juice and 1/2 ounce of simple syrup.
Top that off with ice and give it a shake.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pretty good shaker. But if you recall, I'm not quite as good as Jess from the Monterey episode.
All right, how do you compete with that?
Now she was good at shaking.
Whoa.
All right, back to Newport. Serve this puppy up in a rocks glass with a strawberry chip as a garnish. And there you have it, the Rhubarb Rumba.
Sort of a personal moment. Growing up, My mother had rhubarb plants on the side of the house. She would make rhubarb pie. And I'd have to go out there and pick the rhubarb, and if I didn't pick a good one, she'd hit me with a wooden spoon.
I've got a metal spoon here I can hit you with.
Wow. That is a good drink. Try a sip, because I think other people around you probably would like to take a...
I don't care about that.
But just a sip. I think other people want to actually take a... Tad, did you want to take a sip of this? Yeah. Okay. See?
Oh, those are great.
Either Steve needs to learn how to sip, or I need to learn how to stop giving him drinks.
Fantastic.
For our last stop, we navigate to yesterday's, which has been a Newport tradition since 1974. Boat racing is a popular Newport activity outdoors and indoors.
Boat racing is a way of life in Newport.
It's a way of life.
We started with the Newport Races Series, Newport Bermuda Race, the Around the World Race, and of course the America's Cup Race. There's all kinds of tour boats and regular sailing boats that you could charter.
Now, you guys also have boats as well.
We have a fleet of our own.
For some indoor boat racing, we line up a few of yesterday's schooners. Each boat has 4 7-ounce beers. You can enjoy them slowly or race in a beer gata.
We have 6 boats.
These are schooners.
In each boat, we have 2 pints. So in 3 boats, on each side, we have 6 pints, 12 pints along the whole way.
But we only have one life preserver.
The loser has to put on the life preserver.
That's right.
Let the games begin.
Welcome to the first ever Drinking Made Easy Beer Gata. In this pint-sized race, 2 teams square off in a battle of wills. Joining Lamprey is producer Mel and Tad the sound guy. They'll be competing against McKenna and camera guys Josh and Gio. They take their marks.
Sailors, take your mark. Get set. Go.
And the race begins. Team Lamprey jumps out in the lead after a strong chug by their team captain. The previous drinker must put their glass back on the boat before their teammate can pick up their next glass. These beers may look small, but each person will have to drink 2 pints of beer before the boat race is done. Josh and Mel are neck and neck. As they power through their second schooner, Team Lamprey is in the lead.
Wow. It's going to leave a mark.
Josh is taking this personally.
But McKenna is making it close.
Cute.
Oh my God. Mel, keep it in.
Go, Gio. Come on, Gio.
Camera guy Gio slams one, and Team McKenna takes the lead.
One more.
The lead has been taken.
Josh and Mel are neck and neck as they start the third and final schooner.
Go, Jack, come on!
And Gio drains his in a flash, giving Team McKenna the win.
By 6 ounces.
McKenna, Josh, and Gio are the winners of the Drinking Made Easy Newport Beer Gata.
All right, let's talk, team. Let's talk about it. What happened?
I felt like I started off pretty strong, personally.
You did.
That last one, man, Gio just really, he just nailed it.
I cannot believe we're giving Gio props. We have to, I suppose.
I didn't know we were sailing today.
You always,
I
guys.
didn't know the team placement.
ABC, always be preparing for a boat race. You always have to expect a boat race is going to come. How did you win? Give me one guess.
You know what? Gio stepped up to the plate.
That's exactly it.
Dumped it.
It wasn't you, it was Gio. Somehow Country Cat came out of the woodwork and destroyed everybody.
He just sits there salivating behind the camera, so he got his chance.
Who was the poorest showing on our team? You guys vote. Gio, Josh, and Steve. You're saying Mel? You're saying Mel? Who's the, on our team, who was the worst on our team?
You know what? I'm going to have to say Mel.
Excuse me for 1 second?
As promised, the losing team's weakest link must take the walk of shame.
Where's she going?
Well, losers leave. You just don't understand that. When you lose things, you should just walk away.
I don't walk away.
Check us out on Facebook and at drinkingmadeeasy.com.